our main problem is we have a couple of infertility issues.
Infertility issues?
Yeah. When we first met, we were in love, and then we dated for a while, and I got pregnant.
Right.
And when I went to my first doctor's appointment, they notified me that I had the STD chlamydia. And it just damaged my body, and now I'm having a really hard time
Conceiving.
Yeah, getting pregnant.
Did you give her an STD out the gate?
I did. I mean, it was in the beginning of our relationship. I was young. I was immature.
Right.
You know, I was still running around in the streets. I was just.
He was just out there.
Yeah.
He was just out there.
Yeah.
Ms. Petty, why don't you tell me a little bit about what happened as a function of having this STD? What did the doctors tell you? What actually happened?
I was at the doctor's appointment. I was 2-3 months pregnant, and they basically told me that my daughter can be blind, she can come out deaf, she could be born prematurely, her lungs and kidneys could fail at any time, thanks to the STD. So it was very scary, and I was very depressed.
Had you ever heard of chlamydia before you got it? Did you know what it was?
No, I had no clue.
You know, I just have to have an opportunity to say this because that's one of the most common STDs out there. And the rates of chlamydia has skyrocketed over the years. And it's something that everybody needs to be aware of and get tested for it. So, and I've got an expert that's going to talk about it a little bit because I think it's an important teachable moment. Because, you know, you were sexually active and not aware of what you could have gotten.
Right.
Were you...
Hold up, bro. Both over 20 years old. Now, I ain't the brightest man in the world, but I know a couple things here there, bro. In health class from the 9th to the 12th grade, bro, they had that little lady come in. It was a lady or a man that came in, and it was like real living proof of a person who had a STD or AIDS or something like that, and they talk to you and they let you know, make sure you wear the Jimmy Hatch, that grandma bullshit. I don't know if I can buy that. They ain't know what it was. Like, they ain't had no, like, all right, maybe you didn't know the side effects or the consequences of it, but as far as not knowing that it exists at 20-something, bro, 28 and 24, 21, that's crazy.
Seeing other women while you were seeing her? Is that how that happened?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like,
Did she know you were seeing other women?
no, I mean, back then, I wasn't sleeping with multiple women, but I had multiple women. And she was one of those multiple women all the way up until we had our child. Once we had our child, that's when everything stopped on my end, as far as the multiple women and all of that stuff.
The fact that you had a baby on the way changed how you perceived what you were doing?
Yes.
Is he accurate in that? That once that baby came along, he committed to you and all those other women got laid to the side?
Sort of, kind of, but it didn't happen as soon as I had her. It was still gradual.
Well, he was tapering down.
Yeah.
Tapering.
But have you had any trouble with him on that front since then?
A couple of years later,
What happened?
my friend called me and told me that she seen him coming out of a girl's house
All assumptions.
again. So it took me back to what we had already been through, and I didn't. So it took me back to what we had already been through, and I didn't trust them.
Bro.
So it was
What were
hard
you
to
doing over
believe.
her house?
I wasn't over no female's house.
You just what? It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. I was on my way to work.
Yeah.
So when she sent me the text, she asked me in the text message, "Are you cheating?" Just bluntly like
Right.
that. And I responded like, "I don't have time for this. You know, I'm on my way to work, a place that I don't really want to be, but I got to for my
Gotta go,
family."
right.
You know, I left all of that in the past, and I go to work and come home, and you're accusing me of doing something all because you heard it from a friend.
Right.
You know, so being as though I shut it down right then and there, you know, it wasn't nothing to explain because
Right.
it wasn't nothing going on.
To be honest with you, bro, that's when your past come into play. It's just like how you in court right now. Yeah, they gonna read all of them prior charges, and when they start reading off cheated, 9 times out of 10, bro, she got the right to assume that. I think that's pretty understandable.
He took that as a red flag.
Right. Okay. Your baby was premature, correct? But it didn't have any of those dire difficulties that the doctors talked about, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to the baby, man. Yeah, shout out to the baby. The mamas, the daddies, all of them, man. Shout out to the family, man. Love y'all. GTG the family.
Did they say that the baby was premature as a function of the chlamydia, or did they not know why?
No, it was my fault because I had too much protein in my system, and they told me that they would schedule for me to deliver.
You were
Because
eating too much protein?
No, I was drinking
Sweet tea.
That's
It's like
what I was craving.
extra
so
sweet. And she
I
was craving,
it,
she was
so I
drinking
would
that
drink it
nonstop.
so much. They said I had too much protein.
Protein in sweet tea?
That's what they said.
Yeah,
That's
that's
exactly what they
I
said.
got carbohydrates. I got the sugar part.
That's exactly what they said, though.
Huh.
That's exactly.
I don't know. I'm not
I
a doctor.
basically
I
had
don't know.
preeclampsia.
Huh?
I had
Preeclampsia. Oh, yeah, yeah, high blood pressure. Did they say that was from the sweet tea?
Yeah. So they just said everything was from the sweet tea that I was drinking, and then when I went in there that day, they basically made me deliver that day.
My sister's a doctor, and I love doctors. But sometimes I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? They tell you stuff. They know more than you do. You know, you like get a second opinion. But I mean, it turned out okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she's
Sweet
so-
tea.
Yeah,
Could
I didn't
be.
understand it neither now.
I don't know. I want to talk to you about the other pressure in your life at this juncture, which is money, because you don't have enough of it, and what it's doing to your relationship. You say the biggest arguments you two always have is always about money. Tell me what's going on. Is somebody not working? Somebody financially irresponsible?
It's just basically he's financially irresponsible.
Give me some examples of that.
For instance, he would rather eat curry out almost every night instead of eating what I cook, which messes up the money. And then he has his game system that he's addicted to, that he has to continuously buy games for.
Are you spending money like a kid when you should be responsible?
No, I mean, I come home from a long day of work, and she's not in the mood to cook. You know, she for dinner it would be sandwiches and chips. When I come home from work, I want a hot meal. You know.
Are you light with that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if I'm tired too, because I work and go to school too, then some days.
You're struggling with money, but you, Mr. Marquez, want to have more children. And you're struggling with her fertility as a function of that. Why don't you tell me why you're so anxious to have more children? And then I'm going to have my expert come up and talk to us about how chlamydia may or may have not have been implicated in the fact that she can't have children.
I want more children only because, like I said, when she was pregnant, I wasn't there a lot. You know, I didn't go to every doctor's appointment, so I missed out on all of that. You know.
Hasn't she had a lot of complications as a function of that pregnancy?
We fixed all of that.
Is it fixed?
They say it's clear now, but we're still not pregnant.
I brought an expert here, Dr. Candace White from Emory Healthcare, and I want to come and talk to you both so you understand what the nature of the complications are from chlamydia, and talk to us all about the nature of chlamydia and why it is such an expansive, almost epidemic problem here in the U.S. Dr. White?
Thank you so much for having me. So just really quickly, sexually transmitted infections, there are new ones that are reported. Literally, there are 20 million new cases by the CDC, and specifically with chlamydia, as you were stating, it is the most common one that is reported U.S. and worldwide. So chlamydia trachomatis is a bacteria, and that bacteria can actually cause complications if it's not treated. Now, if it's treated, then yes, usually patients have no issues or complications, but when it's not, it can actually lead to things such as pelvic inflammatory disease. Now, PID is something where it will literally start to ascend up the reproductive tract, and it can cause scarring, and it can lead to issues where women long-term or either short-term have issues with fertility and getting pregnant.
How do you know you have it? Do you have to test for it? Are there signs
Yes.
for it?
So in order to diagnose chlamydia, you do usually a pelvic exam and you do testing. And some of that testing could be a cervical swab or it could be a urine test. That urine test is sent off to the laboratory and it will say, okay, this
So
patient
men can
has
test if they
chlamydia.
have it through a urine sample.
Yes, it's very specific and sensitive. It's a good
Every time, yeah, fellas, go to the doctor. That's number one. But every time you go, make sure you take it. Even though you might not even got none that year, week, month, day. Make sure you take it, bro. Take the little test. Just go pee in the cup. It's going to take you 15 extra minutes. Just do it, bro. Just do it, bro.
good test.
If nobody gets anything else out of that, the most common STD is chlamydia, and nobody's testing for it. A lot of young folk don't know it out there. You have to go to the doctor and deal with it.
Yes.
That's what I want everybody to hear. And I thank you so much, Dr. White, for telling us that. Merci. So I'm going to go back onto the subject of what you want and what I saw in your compatibility test so we can discuss the viability of a marriage between the two of you. Do you want to have more children?
Yes.
Is it a deal breaker if she can't?
No.
You love her?
Yeah.
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 Till death.
Until death.
Till
Until
death.
death. I saw some things in compatibility tests I just want to ask about. I mean, the thing I want to see is that you're on the same page. You said something. I asked if you could change one thing about your intended spouse. What would it be? And you said, this is deep, the way he thinks. What don't you like about how he thinks?
It's the way he thinks when it comes to certain things, like understanding me. He just doesn't understand my emotions and my feelings and how I'm still affected about everything that I've been through with him.
Did you hear that, Mr. Marquez?
I hear it.
What did you hear her say?
That I basically don't take in her feelings into consideration.
Is that accurate?
In certain situations, only because I don't live in the past. So
What do you say? You're saying she's stuck in the past?
yes.
About what? The issue of the baby and the STD? You can't get past that?
It's him holding me accountable for everything that has happened. That's why I can't get past it. It's like,
Give me an example.
say for instance, if I was to get pregnant and something goes wrong, oh, it's my fault because I'm a drinker, or I didn't get pregnant this month because I did something wrong. So he puts it all on me.
Do you do that? I did see in your paperwork you think that she's not getting pregnant because she drinks too much.
She drinks. Let's say she missed her period. The first day after she misses her period, you know, I want a baby so bad.
He put me on
I'm
bed
like,
rest.
okay, basically, you know, no more drinking, no more, you know, I mean, just in case. She doesn't do it though. She still continues to drink. It could be 3 days past her period. And
See?
Do you know how many children were conceived in drunken honeymoons?
Told you.
I mean, no, it's not that. It's not
You
that.
can't blame her for that.
No,
She can't.
no. Judge, I don't blame her at all.
Here's why I'm concerned, okay? She just said she doesn't like the way you think. I read in the package you're always talking about how much she drinks. She says she drinks to block you out. And then she answered a question. She said, how comfortable do you feel asking your intended spouse for what you want sexually? And she said, not too comfortable. I think somebody's not getting hurt over here.
I do. If she wants me to do something specifically sexually, she wants me to read her mind. I'm supposed to automatically know what she wants.
What do you feel about the communication in this relationship?
I don't get emotional support when it comes to anything, basically. If we get on a baby situation, that's a shutdown because he's going to automatically say, it's my fault. This is the reason
She
you
thinks
drink.
that.
Stop.
This is the reason you drink. And certain things we just can't talk about or touch on because he's going to shut down on me. So it never gets resolved.
Why do you think she thinks that?
Instead of her telling me how she feels, she would rather me automatically supposed to know her needs
Certain
and
things
her
after
wants.
10 years, you should know.
Well, what doesn't he know?
A lot.
What does he miss?
If like
Sexually, to her, sexually, almost everything.
if I come in the bed and I have on pretty lingerie, why you got that on? That's too much. He don't like me to wear lingerie.
I see what's
Things like
happening
that.
here. I see what's happening here. I got it. I'm gonna tell you about it. You can't sign on to a future with somebody if you feel your basic needs aren't getting met. And one of the very basic needs a woman has is to feel like she is heard in her own home. Here's what I got from you, Mr. Marquez. I got elevated decibel levels when we started talking about what she thinks. You started to get angry. You got loud. And what I think is happening at your house is that she doesn't feel like when she says something to you that is not in unison with what you feel, think, or believe, that she's going to be told she's wrong or that you're going to get loud and get angry. So she gets quiet and she backed up. She's in a little corner all whittled away because you are so subsumed with all of the things that you believe and think. She's a day late on her period. You put her to bed because you want a kid because you missed it. You have got to hear your wife.
I'm telling you, bro, the last thing you want is for her to be quiet. Yeah, we laugh and we joke about nagging and talking too much and all of that, bro. But listen, when she ain't talking to you, if she ain't emotionally available to you and all of that other good stuff, bro, that's a forget red. That flag on fire, bro. That flag on fire, bro. Make sure you keep her engaged in what you got going on. Don't let her get disengaged, bro. Do not allow that to happen, bro. And another thing I be trying to tell y'all, that mind go. Once that mind go after that, she might still give you the body. She'll still go or force herself or whatever the case. I don't want to say that. Take that back. Edit that out. I don't want to say force herself, but it might be a special occasion where y'all might join together and come together during union or something like that, bro. But it's a difference between her just like, oh, okay, whoop, here it go. And like when she come in that room with that lingerie, them body beads on, bro. It's a big difference between that. One is just doing it just to doing it. The one that we want is the one who want to do it. The one who wants to do it. That's the one we going for. I mean, same woman, but, you know, y'all get what I'm saying, man. Shit.
And when I mean hear your wife, you got to hear what she has to say. You don't have to understand why she's saying it, but you have to hear her. And you can't tell her just because she wants something you don't understand that she's incorrect. And I wouldn't sign on for it until he gets some counseling and learns how to talk, learns how to hear you. Because I don't think you feel heard. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
I hear what you said, but it also goes off of how she explains what she wants. You know, if she comes to me, let's say she's drunk, I don't like to be around her when she's drunk, period. You know, it's already a turn off. I know
she's wrong. Everything is her fault. I get that. And she gets that. No.
Well, he's the reason
you
I
can't accept
started.
any insight into this is any. You can't take any ownership, anything. I think sometimes she might drink just to, because that's what she said. I need you to hear her. Clear your mind. Unclutter it. Go to marriage counseling. And until he really hears you, don't marry him. You with me?
Yes.
This matter is adjourned.
You kept referring back to her drinking. You do really feel like that's a major problem here?
I think it's a major problem because all of the little issues that we have stimulates from her drinking.
Was anything left unsaid today?
No, not really. We got everything off our chest, and just want to go home and take some time alone for myself.
She says, Judge, T's advice has changed the way she thinks about a relationship. She says, damn, man, he has been a lot more open, but she just need that break. Trying to tell you, she is going to focus on herself for a while at a time. What's next with her relationship? She is unsure. Man, them women strong, bro. I'm trying to tell you, stronger than we would give them credit for, stronger than we would like to think. I be trying to tell y'all, bro, they be popping them big head babies out. Them, then the baby come out and all of that, bro. Yeah. Them women strong, bro. They strong. They can endure. They have the endurance and resiliency of cockroaches, bro. They can do it. They can endure it. But everybody at some point in time is going to reach that point where it's like, all right, am I going to keep carrying this mountain on my back and I'm a cockroach and it's heavy and it's about to crush me, or am I just going to say forget it? Am I just going to say forget it? Like, shh. And it's not to say that bro gotta come back on his knees begging and all of this other stuff, bro. But we gotta be a little bit more lenient, fellas. I'm telling you, man, we be so logic driven and focus driven. Like, all right, well, if the chair is right there, and I know I put the chair right there, and then the chair is over there, there's no way that the chair could have moved because logically, physics, and bro, the dog, come here, buddy. See if he come up here for y'all. He be barking in the videos. Come here, buddy. Come here, man. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's stepping on the keypad and all that. Look, buddy. There you go, buddy. Oh, what you got, GTG? GTG, the family as always is love, and we out. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah, but I say all that to say, bro, the dog could have ran past and knocked over the chair or something like that. We got to get out of the logic point, bro. Get out of that logic point, bro. Sometimes it's a lot of gray area. It's a lot of gray area in life. And sometimes, fellas, we miss happiness because we so black and white. We don't focus on the gray area. We don't focus on the gray area. But hopefully they can hash out their differences. That whole STD thing, bro, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Make sure y'all get tested, bro. And women, bro. Every sis, whatever you want to call it, make sure you get tested, bro. It is nothing more important than your health. It is nothing more important than your health. You can have however much money you can think of. It might be 12 million. It might be 12. It might be 12, or it might be higher. It might be lower. I don't know. But I do know that if you're not healthy and you're in the hospital, the only thing you can spend it on is food or whatever the case may be, bro. It ain't no use in having anything unless you have your house. So make sure y'all go out there, get tested, and that's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that video, man. GTG, the family as always is love. Show my puppy some love too, but it's my daughters. But yeah, we just love, man. We out.